Oxford from the inside. The good, the bad, but always the truth.
Hi everyone, I'm Megan. I use she, her pronouns, and welcome to today's episode of Oxford from the Inside, the good, the bad, but always the truth. Today we are joined by Junaid. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, yes, I am Junaid. I use he, him pronouns, and I am in my third year at Trinity College studying medicine.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. Slightly
Lovely to
different
be
for
here.
you. Other
It's
side
an
of
honor. It's an
the.
honor to be on Oxford from the inside, the good, the bad, but always the truth. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you get to know how it feels now, the other side of the screen, as it were.
Very true.
And today we're going to be talking about a very special project in your heart, I'm sure, which is Kpop Dance Society. So, would you like to start by just telling us about what you guys do and, yeah, how people can join in?
Yeah, so I guess the official title of the society is oKay, as in OKAY, Oxford K-pop Dance. And we did originally start off as a dance society, but now we've sort of expanded to more generally as a sort of K-pop appreciation society, especially with COVID stopping us being able to do more like dance related things. And also because there isn't, as far as I'm aware, any other society in the university at the moment which does anything related to K-pop or even like sort of Korean pop culture, which is now like, especially these days, becoming a very big worldwide mainstream force. So yeah, that's kind of like in a nutshell what we do. To go into a bit more detail about the two, sort of the dance and the K-pop appreciation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So with dance, we have a sort of core team that you can audition to be on, which performs at events in university, if it's like college, like college events for charity, or even we performed at the Oxford Town Hall for the Oxford Chinese New Year celebrations, which is very fun. There are also competitions, which is something I learned about, organized fully by university societies amongst themselves. So it's a sort of labor of love, the whole thing, which was really cool. We had the opportunity to go to Coventry to perform in a nationwide competition against other universities, which is great to meet other university K-pop dance societies and just have a great time and just celebrate K-pop, which is great. And we also, when again before COVID, held open classes taught by some of the members in our team, where anyone in the university could just rock up, pay £2, which would go to the society for things like competition entry fees and travel, etc. And just learn like the choreo to a new song that's come out in K-pop recently, which is really cool. Again, that hasn't been able to happen for a while now, both due to COVID and also due to just members who teach classes moving on.
Mm-hmm.
But in our heyday, as it were, that was the sort of the dancing that we did, and hopefully we will continue to do that. And also we post videos to Instagram very frequently, so do follow us there, and YouTube also. Yeah, so when we're not performing in a sort of in a show or doing competition, we're just creating content for the internet. Yeah. And with the appreciation side of things, we've been holding online socials for just being a place for K-pop fans to meet each other and play games or talk about K-pop, or even other things like watch K-dramas together, which is another big thing, the big cult following. Also in Oxford, they do host K-pop club nights, which are really fun. And that's something we've sort of organized a group of people to go along and get involved with. So yeah, really, we sort of, we started off as just a few people doing dance, but now we're sort of trying to be like the hub for anyone who's interested in K-pop at all, whether it's like a lot or just a little bit. Yeah, in that sort of a society for appreciation in the university. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can confirm, like the content that you guys put out on your Instagram and your YouTube, like they're really, you guys are really talented. So I will obviously put links in the description, but do check them out. Like it's really great. And as you said, like you do lots of competitions throughout the year that you also post about, and people can, and you know, people vote for you to support you against the other universities. So they're really great fun. And maybe just a little bit about auditions, like if people wanted to audition to join the core kind of dance team, how would they go about doing that?
So we have different, we've had different sort of like audition seasons where we've put out a thing saying we're looking for new members. I think we just recently had one at the end of last term. So our next one will probably be in October with the new start of the new academic year. But yeah, to get involved with that, just have a look at our Facebook page, or at the start of the year, there'll be the society's what's it called? Freshers Fair. Yeah, Freshers Fair. That's the thing. Yeah, we'll have a stall there, so you know, we'll people can get on the mailing list and then hear that way. But I mean, any of our socials, we'll be posting about it, and then you can yeah, get involved and try and be on the team.
Great, and then those mailing lists would also cover like the movie nights and all those kind of things.
Yeah,
yeah, great. So do check them out. And you mentioned that it started as like quite a small team, just a small group of you guys. Do you want to tell us a bit more about how you started it?
The origin story of oKay Kpop Dance. It's quite a good story. So yeah, I do like to tell it. So back in the day, setting the scene, I was but a young first year, having just come back from my first term at Oxford, and I in the Christmas holidays, I was just watching some K-pop dance videos, you know, as anyone does. And I think literally on a whim, I was looking at the dancing. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's something I want to do. I actually don't have any experience in dance, minus like maybe just like something in school that I did, which is very much like anyone who wants to do it, do it. No experience required. So the enthusiasm was there, the skill was not. But I saw that, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I think there was a total of like maybe 20 seconds from like the beginning of the thought to the end of this action. But I went on Facebook, and there's a thing called Oxfest, which is an anonymous Facebook page for people anyone in Oxford University to just post like just silly sort of anonymous posts or confessions or funny sort of things, whatever, and they get posted. And I wrote something saying something like, are there any K-pop dance groups in Oxford looking for members? And sent it off, and then didn't think about it. Like it was, like I said, this is just on a whim. And then a few days later, I saw a reply to that saying, yeah, we're a few people who've just met up and started dancing. If you'd like to join us, email this email. So I got in touch, and it turns out that it was a group of, I think, 5 at that time, girls in the year above who were just meeting up like once every week to just try and learn a dance together. But they were looking for it to become like a bigger thing. So so they were very happy for me to join, even though I had no experience. Which I was very clear about. I want to say, like, look, I don't actually know what I'm doing. But Lizzie, the girl that I spoke to, she said that it's, you know, just all that's required is enthusiasm and willingness to do K-pop, and you know, that's all you need. Which is really great for me to hear as a first year who at that point actually hadn't sort of got involved in any societies yet. That I didn't really have my sort of thing, I guess, if you could say, that I sort of spent my time doing extracurricularly. So yeah, that was really exciting, and I went along, and yeah, it was really great, and it sort of expanded from there. I think as we got more people, it sort of there was a sort of greater momentum to try and do things like make videos or perform at places, and it was quite cool. Like every week we would be doing something that sort of makes a society just a little bit more legitimate, and it was really cool to watch it grow from just being a few people to at the end of this is at the end of last year, just before COVID kicked off, which would have been, I think, a whole year since the society actually began. We hosted our first ever showcase in Keble College, a whole like 2 hour long sort of showcase of all the dances we've been working on, and also featuring some performances from, I think it was the Chinese Society and also Oxford Brookes K-pop dance team, who we met at one of the national competitions. So yeah, it was really great. So in that time, it sort of expanded from just a few people to being a whole like university thing with a whole like showcase, which is amazing. And Lizzie remains the president of the society today, who you can get in touch with if you email us. Yeah, so I think it's a cool story because it sort of shows how all you need to run a society is just the willingness to do it, really, just people who want to do something. And if there isn't a society, as there wasn't at that time, like I said, there wasn't anything for any sort of place for K-pop fans, particularly. You could just make that. You can just do it, and yeah, and it's very easy to do.
Yeah, like it really cannot be stressed enough that if you're looking on the university website for all the societies and there isn't something there that you like the look of, first of all, it might be kind of an unofficial student-led society, so it doesn't appear. And secondly, if it isn't there and there isn't an unofficial student-led one, then you can just find some friends who also like the thing that you like and start a society. It really does not have to be a whole, it doesn't have to be a whole thing. You can just start a society and tell people about it and make an Instagram page and make a Facebook, and you can grow and expand. And I'm sure like you'd agree that it's a really great experience to be able to kind of see it grow and flourish,
Yeah, definitely.
And like I've kind of always wondered about this, so maybe it's the right place to ask, but there are the official university societies that appear on the university web pages, and then there are kind of the unofficial ones. And so how does a society become like an official Oxford University society? Do you know?
So I don't fully, like, I'm not fully in the know about this, as I didn't do I wasn't in charge of the admin stuff for our society, but what my idea is that they are essentially just two different sort of application forms. Like the SU has one, that's the student union, which you can fill in to become I think what most people refer to when they say society is that, and that's quite simple. You just need to have like an executive committee. You need to have some sort of constitution, I think. There's not that sort of like formal, I guess. It is a bit, but not very. But I think the university application form, it does seem a lot more formal, because it actually needs the proctors, which is the sort of central university staff, to actually approve it. And I think the reason for that, though I could be wrong, is something to do with the sort of legality of using the Oxford name and the coat of arms and all sorts of like stuff that isn't necessarily relevant for a lot of societies. But it is a good point to make, because if you're a student, and I actually didn't even know that the SU page for all the societies existed until recently. So if you're a student looking for societies or clubs, which is another word they use, and I'm not sure what the difference is at all. But if you're a student looking for something to be a part of, don't just look at the university page, look also at the student union directory, because they also have one. And yeah, and I think that one actually separates it by topic as well, rather than just the first letter of the society, which arguably is more useful. So yeah, do look at the student union as well.
Right, and like as you said, it's the student union one, I guess, if you're just starting out, might be an easier avenue to take, because it's so the executive committee is just kind of the people who are leading the society, a president, someone to look after the money, someone to deal with admin. That's kind of as simple as it gets. And some form of constitution, which I suppose would be, this is how often we're going to try and meet.
Yeah.
And if you want to be part of the society, these are our criteria. Is that basically the constitution?
Yeah, and I think they have a lot of like information on the student union website about how to do that. Like, it's very I mean, again, I didn't fill it out, but upon looking at it, it looks quite easy to understand. Which I must say can't really be said for the official university pages. But again, yeah, I think it's more to do with the sort of legitimacy that sports clubs and things like that sort of have. But yeah, like you were saying, Megan, if you're looking to just start a sort of start a community around something that you enjoy, the SU definitely will be able to help you out with that.
Great, and I will try and put a link to the SU pages in the description. So if anyone is wondering about other possible societies, you can have a look there. And again, it's probably not the full list because there will be some people who just meet up, but it's as full as a list as you can get. And obviously do look at the university page, but as you were saying, that's kind of, it tends to be more sports teams that if you're like going out and competing, you'd want to have the university branded, you know, equipment, and you want to be able to use the university branded, you know, sports fields. You'd need the official.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like minibus hiring and sort of the more expensive stuff. So I guess, I mean, in some ways, you could look at it like if you have a big idea and there's, you know, something that would be sort of a very a new big thing that isn't there, like a new sport or something. I guess, you know, that there is provision for that as well if you just apply for it with the university. I don't know how often new clubs join, but I mean the information is all there. So yeah, the sky's the limit, really.
If you want a minibus.
If you want to, yeah, that essentially what I'm just saying is if you're looking to hire a minibus on the university, then you know you know where to go. You heard it here first.
Official. I mean, I think, you know, everyone needs an official minibus. Where's the
I mean, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
K-pop minibus?
We took the train to Coventry, so maybe that's something we should look into.
Gotta have, it's not a society if you don't have a branded minibus. Come on now. But yeah, it's you can absolutely just set up something that you enjoy and you want to be a part of. And you will find people who are also interested in it. It's, you know, there are so many students here. There is, I'm going to say a non-zero probability that there will be someone else who also wants to start a society.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, there's no
if you're
way
into it, someone else will be, or they'll, you know, already be a society.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There are, I will link the pages because there are too many societies to go through now. And for people who are interested and want to get involved, what's the best way of doing that?
So firstly, I'll plug our Instagram. I think the handle is _ oKay Kpop. I think, I think that's probably it, but the link will be in the description anyway. So yeah, do follow us there because that is our most active social media, and also where we post just, you know, anything about auditions and stuff. But if you want to get involved with our sort of K-pop appreciation things, you go to our Facebook page, which is oKay Oxford Kpop Dance. We have our Discord link on there, which is a sort of online social platform if you don't know. So that's pretty active, and that has a lot of people. That's quite a few people now. So that's definitely grown over lockdown. So I mean, that's a really easy way to just meet other people who like K-pop, which is great. And other than that, if you want to be on the mailing list, you can email us at oxfordkpopdance@gmail.com. And then, I mean, if you're on one of those things, you'll hear about what we're doing next, I'm sure. And also, I should also plug, I've been told to plug by Lizzie. Again, do follow our Instagram because we've got a Evolution of K-pop project coming through soon with a lot of dance covers from K-pop through history. So yeah, check that out when we post it.
Oh, okay. I can't ask any questions now because it'll spoil it.
About the...
Yeah, I want to know how K-pop has evolved through history.
I mean, I just like, you know, going back from like the 90s or 2000s to now. That sort of thing.
Well, I will make a note of that now because now I'm interested. You can't do this to me. I think that's all we have time for. Thank you so much, Junaid, for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Very
for
happy
being
to be
willing
here.
to be interviewed.
This prestigious podcast. It's a great podcast you have here, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. It means a lot coming from you. And thank you everyone for listening. Please do check out. I will put lots of links in the description for places you can check out K-pop dance if you're interested, general K-pop appreciation, as well as the SU links, the student union pages and university pages for other societies and clubs if you're interested. But yeah, thanks again, Junaid.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone who's listening or watching to this. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.